Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, now streaming only on Netflix.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Barenaked, Barenaked, ABCs. Welcome to Barenaked ABCs, where we discuss every Barenaked Ladies song from 7 to Y, from the Alpha to the Omega, from beginning to end, from birth to death.
Tracy, what's wrong?
Are you
okay?
having an Eeyore day?
I'm just what's happening, buddy?
I'm just kind of down today. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of sad.
Is this a new thing for you?
It is. It is a new thing for me.
Okay.
It's a new kind of sad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't hide it. Oh, by the way, joining me this week are three other people that I hope will be with this podcast until its death. Jeff, Heidi, and Stefan.
None of Barenaked Ladies keeps on making new songs.
Hey, everyone.
What? Tracy, do you need some cheese? To go with that wine.
Oh, that was nice. That was good. I'll give it.
Did you just snort?
I did.
And now the snort has to stay in.
Yes, it does. You can't. There's no way that can be edited.
And so tonight we are discussing a song off from Barenaked Ladies Are Men. Or if you got the double disc, Barenaked Ladies Are Me on the second half of the disc. And this song, I'm going to say that this song was written by Steven. It's credited to Paige Robertson, but this totally sounds like a Steven song to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so tonight's song is The New Sad. And if you've never heard this song before, here is a quick snippet.
Everybody knows that happy is the new sad. So I am gonna go and imitate my old dad and never crack a smile again.
Probably just play the whole song right there.
Snippet good.
And now we have an intro for that.
Crack that snip.
Give that snip a crack. Sorry.
This is great.
We're Muppet dancing.
When we do the Devo ABCs, we're going to be on point.
Yes. Can we get Mark Mothersbaugh? We know you listen to the show. Come on.
There already is a Devo ABC.
We can talk about Rugrats. We can talk about Rocket Power. We can talk about Devo. We can talk about all kinds of things.
Devo. There's already the ABC Devo.
Is there?
Yes.
What?
And I highly recommend it. It's done by our friends that did the Alphabetical podcast. So
try saving that 5 times fast. Alpha Beetlejuice? Alpha Beetlejuice?
No, but that one needs to happen.
Alpha Beetlejuice would be amazing.
Heidi, can you tell us some stuff about the music?
I sure can. So the new Sad was recorded at about exactly, I think, 130 beats a minute. Actually, it does slow down and speed up in a few spots where Steven does some of his own stuff. It is in the key of G. It is pretty simple, but it doesn't have a capo, so it is in G. It is a very simple progression of G to D to C add 9, sad 9, get it? C add 9 or CAD 9. So G and G, A, B, C, D. So it's a 1 to 5 to 4. And it just kind of uses those chords throughout. It does have a small intro. It's only a 4-chord song. You only see a G chord, a D chord, a C add 9, a D chord, and then in the instrumental interlude, you get an E minor 7, which is my favorite chord of all time. It's not the saddest of all chords.
No, it's one of the happiest of all chords.
E minor. It doesn't have the sustain either that other chords have.
Is that the chord it goes to when it goes into just after the line, the bluebird shall not sing again, when it goes into kind of that minor dissonant? Is that that's the E minor 7 that it hits there?
Yeah, you've got exactly.
Okay.
You've got that little E minor 7 in there.
I love that moment.
It's a very short song. Yeah. There's not a lot to this song. You have verse 1 where he does a nice little simple rhyming scheme, sad dad again, older shoulder again. So he uses the again twice there. Then you have a small, lovely little instrumental interlude. Then verse 3, verse 4. There's no chorus really in this. It just has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses. Then it goes into a short little coda, which is interesting because coda, C-O-D-A, coda, means the end. And that's really interesting because he uses it to say something in the lyrics that we can tie in later, but that's the goodbye. And then it's a little instrumental, and then he leaves off with the C add 9, D, D, G, and he goes back home to G. He does end it on G, which is interesting. It's an interesting choice to go back to that home tonic chord.
Yeah, given the message of the song, actually.
Yeah.
I would think you'd end somewhere else, yeah.
So that's basically the overview. Very, very simple, 4 chords, very basic chord progression, but no real chorus. There's no chorus to this song.
Nope.
It's a bunch of verses, some instrumental interludes, and a coda, which is very interesting because the coda is very different. It's like that little end tagging thing. And then you've got a little instrumental interlude again, and then it's a very short little tag at the end. So very, very Stephen song, very different. And it's very sad.
Yeah. Jeff, this song needed a coda.
It did. This song did need a coda. He's
actually,
referencing Sarasota.
Honestly, I do like that coda being in there. Otherwise, I thought the song would be a little bit too simple. And having that on there changes it up just enough at the end.
Mm-hmm. And I do like the coda there because I think it does sell the meaning of the song. I mean, the whole song kind of led up to that coda, I feel like. And just the way that he wanted to end it. He wanted it to sound very poignant and,
Barracuda.
I don't know how much Barenaked Ladies likes this song, though. Because they have never, even when Steve was with them, never played this in concert.
Where would you play this, though?
That's true. That was going to be my second.
That's not going to be your opening number.
You definitely don't want to end on this one.
You're not going to open the song. I mean...
No, it really, yeah.
People are all jazzed up, they're rocking, they're having fun, and you're like, we're all gonna die! And then you just go into this... It's not a good... I don't think it's a good concert song.
It's definitely not a good concert song. This is definitely an album song or a B-side. This is not a concert song.
Man, how twist would that be, Joe, though? Just one concert to do this song, and then follow it with 1 week. You're all gonna die in 1 week.
I'd like to see them follow it up with "I Live With It."
I live with
oh my gosh! Or Get Back Up.
We're all gonna die. Get in line.
Oh yeah! Everybody, open your mouth. Everybody, just say ah.
Steven did play this song 4 times in his live from home concerts, though. So he definitely enjoys this because 4 times in a year.
In that venue, in that kind of arena, I could see this working there because it is beautiful. Yeah. It is a beautiful song. Like Heidi said, it's sad. It's really sad. But it is a beautiful song. It's really pretty and it's poignant, and it's got a, you know, it's.
You know what's really funny though is in the order it comes after Fun and Games. And before Quality.
Yeah, it's an odd place to put this song.
And then you get Another Spin, and then What a Letdown.
Now, see, it should have been this song, then What a Letdown.
Yeah.
The order to Bare Naked Ladies Are Men is very strange.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when we get to that point where we rearrange things, like there's a very odd, or it's like they just threw some shit in there. They're like, just put it there. It looks good. We'll fix it later. And then they never did.
The second half of a double album, essentially. So they're just scrambling.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
We get some leftovers here. Yeah, let's put them there. It doesn't matter.
And I hate to call this song a leftover, because I think there's a lot of people that probably really like this song.
Oh no, I think it's a nice little song. I mean, but the randomness of which some of the things are on that album, the ordered track order is very much like, is there a theme? We don't know. We're just kind of putting stuff in there.
Now I do feel melodically. God, is this the one that I'm thinking of? And I'm sure there's another one, but melodically, the melody of the song reminds me a lot of Hanukkah Blessings. I am hearing some of that echo in this with the way and I'd be curious to see the chord progression on that one.
I don't know. I hadn't thought of that. I don't. It might just be because I'm not able to hear it. I'll put a brief snippet in.
I do.
The chord progression is simple. It's a D A G D chord, so you do have those similarities. Yeah. Because it's not the same key, but it's got some similar turnarounds. So I can see that. Yeah. Actually, no, you're completely wrong. It's in the key of D.
I'd be okay to
and
be.
It's a 1-4-5
I'd be okay to be wrong.
That doesn't even come close to matching.
I'd be okay to be wrong, but like I said, there's something stylistically in this one that reminds me of another very pagey song, and that's the one that I kind of was hearing, but I could be.
And I've also seen it in C major too, but even so, it would still be a 1-4-5 progression, so it doesn't match. Interesting, but I think there are some similarities melodically. I think you're right,
and vocally too. I think.
Yeah.
Definitely vocally. I think he's performing it in a very similar way to Hanukkah Blessings.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see what Steve followed up the new sad with for each of the concerts. Just because I want to see, like, that's an interesting thing to have to follow
tonight
it up.
Tonight is the night I fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh my God, you're gonna laugh, Jeff.
Is that it? Oh.
The new sad followed by Get in Line.
Boom!
And then the new sad.
That's a small victory for the day.
And then the new sad followed by Why Say Anything.
Okay.
And then the new sad followed by Call Me Calmly.
Oh.
That's an odd one.
Call me calmly.
And then he followed it in another concert with Shooting Star.
Okay. I think after this song you gotta go in a completely different direction though. If you're doing it in any kind of a set list, like I said, I don't see this as a concert song really. But
no,
if you're doing
unless
it
you
like
really want to depress your audience,
right? Yeah, but in an intimate venue, like you're doing a live set from home, like he's been doing, or you're doing like a coffee shop or a small venue. There, I can definitely see this song. But I think you want to follow it up with something peppy. Get in Line would be a good choice for that. Call Me Calmly, I think, is actually a good choice because Call Me Calmly is a fun, peppy song. So
yeah. I also want to point out that Kevin was playing an interesting couple of instruments on this song. He was playing the Rhodes Piano. And if you've never heard of a Rhodes Piano before by Fender, here's a sample of that. And he was also playing the sampler. Now, I don't know what a sampler is. I thought that was something you got at like Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, I thought it was like 3 wings and some onion rings and some maybe fried mushrooms or jalapeno poppers. Or
I don't know.
That's a sampler.
This song also musically has a lot of it's the Beatles. It's shoot na 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 na. Oh my Lanta, what's the song, Jeff?
I'm gonna need more than that.
If I Fell.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some. Is it If I Fell? I think it's that da 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 da.
Right.
That
yeah.
little.
Yeah.
To never feel this way.
And also to
again.
kind of hear that in the arpeggio, or not the arpeggios, but the drops, like those little instrumental drops between the stanzas.
Yeah.
So one thing I do like about this song, I like those little guitar drops that they do between the stanzas in each of the verse. This song doesn't change a whole lot. Like, it doesn't do much different throughout, but they do try and add a little bit of texture into it. And I like those little drops. I love after they finally go into the capo, after We'll Never Get Back Again, that little instrumental moment with the arpeggios and everything, I really love that part. After they do the goodbye. I don't know why I heard this in my head, but anyone else like that bass stinger or that drum stinger? Like it's goodbye, and then poof.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Like on that last one, which is like one of the most. It's one of the few really. One of the points of the song that actually kind of do that, and that kind of stuck out, which is why I do like the coda in this song. It was let's do something different because now we're getting to the point. So,
Yeah, I agree.
And you were saying before, Heidi, that it had a kind of Beatles When I Fell feel. I was getting like a 70s Dean Friedman, Harry Chapin.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Dean Friedman, we know you listen. Come on the show.
Come on the show.
Again. Third time's a charm.
Had a bookish feel to it.
Stefan, we haven't heard from you yet. Tell us what you think about the music.
Thank goodness. It's all right. I mean, it's slow, spaced out, I guess. I don't know. It was good, I guess.
All right.
I got really. I can't get into like what chords they are or the beats or any of that.
Neither can I, sir.
But sounds like a folk song to me, and I actually didn't really like the rhyming too much. I don't know. It just didn't seem. I don't know. It seemed like they just pulled whatever word they could think of out to try to rhyme something. But I don't know, it was all right. It's an average song for me.
It was a very simple rhyme scheme.
Yeah, and even though they try and sneak that second rhyme in, I'm always a sucker for like a midline rhyme when you have everybody knows happy is the new sad. So I'm gonna go and imitate my old dad. So you have the rhyme within the rhyme. You have the no go, and then you have the sad dad. It's just with this song, they do that 3 times. They do that on the first stanza, the second stanza. They do it again on the third stanza. They just sneak that one little moment in where they go, everybody knows that as our hair gets grayer, we strike a bended pose. So there they sneak in a different rhyme for it. I do like how they use it in the fourth stanza with the everybody's youth is only what they make it, longer in the tooth. So why do people fake it? I do like that setup for the double rhyme in there. I thought that was really unique and cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have put in Feliz Navidad in there.
The Spiro Agnew song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're going to do nose go, like 3 times, I get if you're going to do it throughout the whole song and have a pattern, but to do it 3 times and bust away from that for 2 verses.
Yeah, but I think that was intentional because the going is part of the song. I mean, the song is about death. So, so I'm going to go is a sneaky little reference. So I'm going to go and imitate my old dad. He's going to reference what he meant by that, but he also is going to everybody's going to go the same way as their parents in sense death. The will is first to go, the will is first to die. The go is the reference to the dying in the song. So I do think that's intentional. He's just selling his point with that sneaky side rhyme in there. And everything knows it's never getting better. Everything must go. Meaning everybody's it doesn't matter what you are, you're all everything's going to fade. So I do think that was intentional.
Well, I think it was intentional. I if you're going to be intentional with doing that, then be intentional with doing it with every verse. And then if you want to break away from one of the verses, I see that. It brings attention to it. But then to do it for three
disagree,
and bust
but
away for two.
I disagree with that. I think that shows a uniqueness, though. So you do it once, you do it twice, you're selling the point. Boom, we snuck in another one in you, and then we come back to it. I kind of like that. I like that little sneaky variety in there.
I'm going to agree to disagree on that one.
That's all right. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I've been doing that all weekend because I like Halloween Kills, so I'm used. I'm used to disagreeing with people at this point.
Let's talk a little bit about the lyrics here. Let's talk about the meaning of this song. What do people believe that the song is majorly about?
I thought it was about depression.
You grow up, you grow old, and you
then
die.
at the end, kind of getting into suicide kind of thing.
Okay.
I thought it was about getting older.
I want to hear Stefan's take on this, and then we'll kind of bust over. Tell me more about this.
Oh, well, it's a new sad, for one. And it's just, I didn't really understand half the lyrics. I couldn't hear them most of the time. But it was, I'm just basing it off of pretty much the end of the song, where it says, they say, no one wants to die. Then they follow up with goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. It's like, to me, that sounds like, you're fighting some kind of internal mental battle, and it's about, offing yourself in a way, I don't know.
I've never taken it that way, but that's an interesting take. I'm reading it through now and going, yeah, I could see that in some ways. Especially given Steve's
I haven't
bipolar.
read through the lyrics.
Yeah.
Heidi, Jeff, you had a
That's
different
what
take.
I got from it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. My impression of the song was it's just about the sadness. It's about the facing your mortality. Getting older, knowing that as you get to middle age, you get to your 50s, you start to really wonder, how much longer do I have, and that makes people sad. I mean, I think the older you get, you realize you have less time, and it's hard to stay, I think, positive and happy. So this is the new sad. I mean, this is a different sadness than something went wrong or I've lost something. This is the sad that, hey, my days on this earth are numbered. And that's what I take from the song. Like, everyone knows happy is the new sad, so I'm going to go and imitate my dad, never crack a smile again, meaning the circle continues, because he saw that you see that with possibly your family, your parents, as they get older. Like a midlife crisis. Yeah, as you get to middle age and
Jesus. I'm in there now.
I'm
halfway done.
He was
with
what?
my life.
Let's see, doing some math here. He was about 37 when this came out.
Sounds about right.
So late 30s, yeah, because he came out in 2007. He was born in 1970. And I know that I'm thinking about this because, I'm 47 and I'm watching my dad who's 65, and like he's there. No, my dad's now 68, 69. I don't even know. I got to do math. Born in 53. Okay. 52, 53. I don't know. Math. But yeah, it's, you wonder when you look, I think of Carl from Up.
Yeah.
And this song kind of reminds me of Carl. That, I think of my son when he wants to be an old man for Halloween, and he eventually, he hunches over and he goes, yeah, and he starts growling and he doesn't smile, and it's very much were the like some old cranky guys? Were they always like that, or is that what goes? Like your tendency to enjoy the little things goes, like the bluebird and the will is first to go, and that whole bended pose and say a little prayer and never feel that this way again. I feel that almost every day. Like I'm like, I don't want to go up those stairs again. My knees hurt.
Here's my confusion about that, Heidi. The line is, we all know that happy is the new sad. So the old sad was sad, but happy is the new sad. I am having a hard time wrapping around my brain around what he's trying to say there. Like, is happy a bad feeling now? Is it a new like?
Is that because we're supposed to pretend that everything is okay more and more?
It comes back to that with the line about faking it. Why do people fake it?
Yeah, you have to pretend you're happy, but you're really not. Like, everybody wants everybody to be happy, and if you're not, then let's give you some meds so you'll feel better.
Well, like you said, nicer. I mean, for the youth, for the younger people too, and they see someone getting older, sometimes they can't relate in their mind that the reason that person's attitude and their demeanor is different is because they know that, and nothing is ever sure. I mean, I realize people could pass away at all different ages, but in theory, they know that those people that are 30, 40 years older probably have less time, in most cases have less time. And so, like, do I have to fake it for you? Do I have to pretend to be happy? Not that I'm saying that as you get older, you have to be unhappy. I'm not saying that, but I think it's hard because as you get older, I think for a lot of people, I know I face this. I mean, I know there's times where I sit down and I'm like, my God, have I done everything I want to do? I'm 45. And I'm like, have I done everything I want to do? My dad died in his mid-40s. My biological dad died in his mid-40s. I'm at the age right now that my dad died. And so I think that sits in your head like, my God, do I have enough? Do I have more time? Like, could something happen tomorrow and I'm not here anymore? Have I done everything I want to do? So I think trying to put on that front that you are happy when you're facing that mortality, that you might not have much longer. And I think that's part of it. And also your reference to Up, Heidi, I think is part of the song too, which is everyone knows it's never getting better. Everything must go and you'll have to let her and never see her face again. I think that's a reference to me personally. I think that's the spouse. That's the Up scene. Jason Isbell has wrote one of the to me one of the best, prettiest songs about death that have ever been written. It's called "If We Were Vampires," and it's a line that basically goes, "Knowing that we can't go on forever, it's likely one of us might have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together, and one day you'll be gone, or one day I'll be gone." And it just has that sentiment too, knowing that at some point everything's got to go, and that person that you're with might be first, you might be first, and it's that whole Up, beginning of Up, which everyone cries at the beginning of Up.
Oh, absolutely.
Huh? But so I gotta say, like, the more I understood the feeling of this song, I think, and I understood like the basic meaning of this song. My problem was the more I tried to dig into the actual lyrics of this song, the more I felt myself more and more confused. So, like with the second verse, for example, my note was, what? So as you get older, your will goes away, so therefore you're not going to be happy anymore. What?
I think a lot of it lies in the fifth verse, where it's everybody's youth is only what they make it, longer in the tooth, so why do people fake it? We'll never get it back again. Like, right. We're always striving for the, okay, well, I need that face cream because it'll get rid of my wrinkles, and I need, this clothing to make me look 20 years younger, or I need Botox, or I need whatever. We're always looking for the cup of everlasting life, or the holy grail, or whatever it is, to keep ourselves young, because I know it hurts. No one wants to die, but guess what? Why do people fake it when you're old? Like, you can still be happy and be old.
Right.
But it's inevitable. You can't go back to before. You can't reverse the timeline. So I think that's where the key to this song is for me is why are people faking it? Growing older and dying is a part of life. Like it's so surreal to think death is a part of life.
All right, so
everybody
you said that
you're starting to die the moment you're born.
You said that fifth verse is the key. Okay, so unlock the second verse for me then. Because that's where I'm like, that was the one I got royally stuck on and trying to understand what he's trying to tell me in that verse. Everybody knows that as we get older, that as we all get older, the will is the first to go, and so upon my shoulder, the bluebird shall not sing again.
The bluebird of happiness, Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. So the reference, so the reference is that.
But what is that? Like the will is the first to go, and like I'm not understanding what he's trying to say there. With the will is the first to go as we get older.
You have no choice.
Right. Like, the will to go on.
You hit certain things and things are falling apart. Your knees are cracking, your bones are breaking, you're getting illnesses that you never, like, you have no free will on these things that are happening to you physically and mentally. Like, if it comes down to something as terrifying as Alzheimer's disease, you have no will. And so things happen to our bodies and our minds as we get older, especially once we start hitting our 40s. My like, I've seen that with my dad. I mean, his father outlived 40, but he died at 65, which is still very young. And my dad constantly was thinking right around the time he hit 60 that it could be any time. So he stopped thinking about living for the now and the future, and like it was very much this daily contemplation of, am I going to outlive what my father survived? And so I think that there's that your free will is gone because you have no control. Unless you're a robot, you can't control that your bones are falling apart or your body's falling apart.
All those things older, you could do before. Your hair is getting grayer. Yeah.
You can't just take a magic pill and your hair is not going to be gray anymore. You can cover it, you can dye it, you can do all of the things to make yourself look younger, but it's no longer, you have no real choice.
Or you try.
This is your body. This is how it's going to happen. And unless you alter it in a drastic way with surgery and things like that, eventually that catches up with you too.
Well, and as a music podcast, as people that love music, one of the things that happen as you get older, a lot of people lose their hearing. Imagine not being able to listen to that music anymore. I know people that have gotten hearing aids or gone completely deaf as they've gotten older. Vision. You love watching movies. You love looking at the people you love. Your vision starts to fade. And you can't see that. You can't read a book anymore, something that you used to get enjoyment out of. That's got to cause depression for a lot of people.
Thanks,
the
Jeff.
Bluebird, zippity doo dah, zippity yay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. That is.
It's not singing anymore, right?
Kind of God. It's like, well, what's today going to bring? I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, I got the Bluebird reference. Get cranky. But speaking of Bluebird, by the way, they put bird sounds in the background afterwards, and also had some whistling. But I did research, Stephen. Those aren't Bluebird sounds. At least according to all the Bluebird sounds that I looked up this week. Those are not Bluebirds that you have in the background. Why would you put those? Just go out and get a Bluebird sound.
That is in-depth research right there. That is going down a Bluebird hole.
Yeah.
But let's talk about.
I don't want to go down Bluebird holes.
Let's talk about the Bluebird, Heidi, because I know you caught this. Well, the Bluebird starts singing. It's still in a major key, right? Mm-hmm. But then, as the Bluebirds are singing, what key does it go into?
It goes into minor. It goes into E minor 7.
Yeah, he's painting. He's like, there's the Bluebirds, and it goes into the minor. So it's just referencing that the Bluebirds are being overtaken by whatever he's feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You were saying,
I
Heidi,
love that point, by the way.
Yeah, I love the subtle little moments.
Sneaky stuff in the song.
Heidi, you were saying that you felt the fifth verse was the key. I felt like the fourth verse was really the key to this song. And that's where what brings me to my theory about what this song is about that I cannot prove. Because I actually went down another rabbit hole this week and could not find proof. I think this song is potentially about Steven's mom. And I could not find anywhere whether or not this is around the time that Steven's mom died. Because it's interesting that I could have sworn in the past that Steven's mom and dad's information was on the Wikipedia page. You cannot find anywhere what Steven's mom's name is. And I almost wonder if that was edited away to kind of give privacy to the family after this kind of happened. But you have here this line, everything must go and you will have to let her and never see her face again. Almost like he's singing to his dad, which throughout this song it has sounded like, including going back to the Bluebird line, which is a reference to something that would have been in his father's generation. That's not really a reference for our generation. That's more of a reference for the generation before ours. But, before that, he's talking even about, I'll imitate my old dad. Almost as though he's talking about his mom dying. And I even reached out to the Hall of Records, and I have not, as of now, heard anything to try to find out whether his mom died around this time. But that's my theory, is that this song is about his mom dying and his dad then becoming very sad, and him also being sad, but him trying to say to his dad, like, yeah, losing a loved one, especially someone that you've been with for a long time, is a tough piece to deal with.
That is a crazy level of thorough you went on right there.
That is very, very thorough.
The only reason why I don't, I could, that's a good theory. It's a good theory. The only reason why it doesn't stick and why I wonder about that is because, I am going to go and imitate my dad. So it does sound like he's saying it to himself, to me, but I can definitely see your point. And also you could say, like, everything must go and you will have to let her is something that you could say to yourself. But that said, sure. I can definitely see where you're getting, like, as you were saying, I was like, makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
And then that goes with the goodbye at the end.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, you're saying goodbye to someone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes the song even sadder. The more times I listened to it after that, I was like, oh God, now I'm going to cry.
That ending is really sad. Like I said, and then at the third goodbye, the second or third goodbye, where it does that, like, it's that one moment where there's like a, like you feel that thudding that you feel like from a bass or a drum. To me, it just hits hard. Like, I don't know why it stood out so hard the first time, and it's never gone away from me. I love that moment.
Stefan, you've been quiet for a while.
Is he still there? He's muted.
Oh, he's still there. He's just muted.
Oh, he's still there. He's
driving.
No, I'm done driving. That's probably why you guys didn't hear anything, is because I was muted on accident.
See, that's yeah.
Oh.
All this time he's been saying stuff, but he's just been muted.
I actually have been. Yes.
Oh no!
Oh.
Poor Stefan.
I'm trying to chime in on some of those things, like up and whatnot.
Oh,
well, the floor is yours,
yes,
friend.
You got it.
The
It's
floor
all
is
you.
yours.
Whoops, there we go. Well, as a person who has lost pretty much everybody in my life, except for two of my closest best friends, putting it in that perspective really does change the song for me, and it should resonate a little bit deeper. I think I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more. And what's the name of the song? The name of the song is A New Kind of Sad, right?
The New Sad.
The New Sad. That makes sense to me, because there is a whole nother level of sad when you do lose people that you are the closest to and who mean a lot to you. It's just, it's a sad that aches your bones. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it doesn't ever go away, and it stays with you, and it literally makes your body ache. And I get it. I don't know if they sung about any of that stuff, but that's what I think about when it comes to losing parents and losing loved ones and stuff like that. It is a new sad. It's on a different level of just being down, you know? It's something that you can never really fix, except, you know, even you have to go through time. But even then, you know, there's moments where it still rocks you to the core.
You make a good point, Stefan, and it's something that I didn't think about that just actually hit really hard as you were talking. Like, actually, I just almost teared up while you were talking. But, you know, the new sad idea about it is, I mean, we all get sad. You know, you get sad because, you know, you're having a bad day or you lose a job or you have a breakup. But in the grand scheme of things, those are often fixable. I mean, a breakup might not be forever. A bad day isn't forever. But losing someone is forever. That's a new kind of sad, because that's the kind of sad where, you know, that's the hardest, I think, one of the hardest to get over, because that person, you're never going to see them again. Yeah. You know, that's, I think, so yeah, I mean, that is a moment of the song that didn't hit until you were talking, but I'm like, yeah, that is a new kind of sad.
Well,
that you might not have experienced
before. I lived through it.
Yeah, but no, it was really good point. Like, I teared up while you were talking, actually.
Oh, thanks.
Really good. Yeah. Really good point.
Yeah.
Well, what an upper this one is.
I know, right?
Like, well, I mean, it's not going to be a jolly episode when you're talking.
I hope this is no one's first episode. Like, really, like, don't let this be the first time you find us, people. Usually, we're funny and tell dirty jokes.
Okay, if this is their first episode and they listen to the new sad, like, why? Why would that be your first one?
Right. Yeah, I've always found that to be the best BNL song. That's the one I'm going to go to first. New Sad. Did they do that one?
This will put me in a great mood to know whether or not I like this podcast.
Right. Let's see if they can make this song funny.
Nope.
Now you see why it was never played in concert.
All right, I'm going to lighten the mood a little bit. I had a what the moment this week when I was deep diving trying to find out whether or not Steven's mom died. And I almost get the feeling that's what Heidi's doing right now.
I am. I found her name.
You did?
Wow. How did you do that?
Yeah, because you know what that is in? It's in the chronology.
It's in there? Oh.
Yeah, it's June 22nd. Stephen J. Page is born to Victor Page and Joanne Simmons, Scarborough, Ontario. So I've started with that. And it's J-O...
You did in 3 minutes what Tracy couldn't do all week?
Yeah, I just pulled up the I looked first at the Myers book, and I was like, no, nothing in there. And so then I was like, I remembered that the beginning of the chronology, it lists all of the birth dates and days. So Victor Page and Joanne Simmons.
Good dig.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be able to find out more this week, or you will. But when I was digging the chronology this week, I found something I did not expect. Among Page's relatives in Toronto is Page's second cousin. Page's second cousin is reggae musician Snow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, wait, no, that can't be true.
Whoa.
I mean, it's not Ed's cousin.
Tracy, I gotta ask you a question.
Is that true?
I literally just typed in Stephen Page mom and it came up.
What?
Like, I just typed... I was curious, so
I typed it like
I
five
typed into Google
ways.
Stephen Page mom. Stephen Page, the son of teacher Victor Page and Joanne Simmons. And Ed Robertson, yeah.
I am not kidding you. I typed it into Google and Yahoo 5 times this week.
Are you
with
sure you're not
ways.
using web crawler? Like, upgrade, man. Like,
I'm not. I will show you. Hold on.
Stephen Page mom. Stephen Page, the son of Victor Page and Joanne. It's in the Canadian Encyclopedia.
Hold on. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a screen share. Hold on. This is what comes up when I put in Stephen Page mother. I got his Wikipedia that does not list it. This weird article about the fact that he was on How I Met Your Mother. The Jew Age biography.
I'm not seeing anything.
You guys can't. I did a screen share. What the heck?
I think you're sharing the wrong screen.
Oh my goodness. All right, hold on.
I just got a picture of you, Tracy, in your underwear.
Yeah, I got that too.
I did not send that.
Yeah, you did.
I kind of like it.
If you've seen one picture of Tracy in his underwear, you've pretty much seen them all. And I've seen a lot of underwear Tracy pictures.
So, Jeff, what are we going to go with for a rating this evening?
Well, this song needs a coda. So, see, coda. So it's going to be on a scale of 0 to 5 codas. Because you can never have enough codas in yours. Oh, yeah, you can actually.
Even the best hole sometimes.
You should limit your codas. This message brought to you by. So yes, 0 to 5 codas on this one. Oh,
so who's going first, Jeff?
Since there's no Stefan and I never go you first, I guess we got to go Heidi.
I'm licking the plate clean.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5 codas. Yeah, this is definitely not my fave. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's very beautiful. I love the vocal quality of Steven on this song. I love the interludes, the instrumental interludes. I love the statement with the goodbye at the end. It's a really reflective piece. But it is it's on my sad Heidi playlist, which I don't play often. I like my happy Heidi songs playlist. But I love the song. I think it's a well constructed song, and it's simple, but it's a little different. But I think I'm going to give this a 4. 4 codas.
No, that's respectable.
Yeah, it's respectable. It's not great, but it's respectable.
I would call a 4 great, but I guess it depends on a 4 is a great score in my mind, but
B is like an Asian F. So I mean, come on. What movie is that from?
I don't know. What is that from?
I don't know, but I hear a line I gotta cut out.
Oh,
no, you cannot, because I heard Stefan say something on an episode from many weeks ago, and I was like, "Whoa!"
You know how often Stefan gets cut out. Never me. I never say anything that gets cut, but
I can't cut out everything that Stefan says.
Oh, it was from Glee.
Oh, was it?
It's from Glee, and I think I also heard it in another movie too.
Wasn't there a night where we just started swearing just so you'd have like a whole lot to cut out?
Oh yeah, son of a batch of cookies.
I feel like there was a night where we just went off and just gave you like all the things to cut.
Why would someone make cookies out of badgers?
Why not?
We don't need no stinking badgers.
All right, I'll go. I like this song. I actually really like this song. I like sad, poignant songs. I like songs that make me think. I'm not gonna drive to this one. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna rock out to it. But I do. I like atmospheric, ethereal, kind of introspective songs. It's simple. It doesn't really go anywhere. But there's some tonal painting in here that's pretty smart and that I enjoy. We talked about like the dissonance under the bluebirds. We talked about some of the guitar drops between the stanzas. Like I said, that ending I really love. So yeah, this one's definitely up there for me. It's not in the quintessential Barenaked. I'm not gonna tell someone to play this first to get into B&L, but it is a good one. I enjoy it. I actually gave this one a 3.8 codas, which I think is a great score. But apparently, according to Cody, I just combined Heidi and Coda. Apparently.
Hoda? No, I'm definitely not Hoda.
A Cody.
Cody.
Apparently, according to Heidi, that's not a great score. But
I think that's a very good score.
Like if 2.5 is average, then like 3 is good. So 3 to 4 goes into greatness.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just very generous. I'm a giving girl.
That's you know.
I'm a giver.
I can't derail us. I have no power.
I fought a lot of comments on that one, by the way. And I don't know why, because I haven't before. Stefan.
So if this song was mostly sung in you said the key in D, right? So it'd be kind of a Dakota, right? Yeah, well, I kind of like the song. It's good. It's very folky. As far as the lyrics, I haven't really dug into the lyrics, and I kind of listened to you guys, and that kind of covered everything. So I think that I'm going to rank this probably 2.8 codas, because I would never put this on my playlist, but it was still a good song. It was solid all the way through. There are some things that were just weird, but I liked it, and I like you guys' breakdown of it too, so it has a little bit more meaning. So I ranked it a little bit higher than the average for me.
And I liked your reaction to it. Like I said, your reaction actually brought my score up.
Okay, maybe
from what it was. So yeah, like my score was lower until you reacted to it. And I said, "Oh, he makes good."
Well, maybe I should bring my score up to the
Tracy, what did you think about the new set? Did you give it a new score?
It's not up there with a new shore. I really like a new shore. I think this song is beautiful. It expresses sadness, the rejection of denial, that acceptance of death. It's poignant, it's powerful, and someday it may hit me in a way that it doesn't now, and make me actually connect with it. I hope that is not for a long time, but I don't connect with it right now, and the song just makes me sad and introspective about death, which is not a comfortable place for me at this time.
No, that makes sense.
In my life. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, and again, my rating could change considerably from a year from now, but I hope it doesn't. I'm going to give this song a 2.99.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's good. It's all right.
No, that's respectable.
That is, yeah.
You made a good point there, though. I think at some point when it means more to me, this will be one of those songs that is more powerful and will then go up in my rankings. But right now, it doesn't have that meaning. So
you made a good point for someone that may not enjoy this. It may not just be the song you want to hear right now. And that's a fair point. It may. I don't want. That's a really good point. I don't want to think about that right now, so I don't want to hear the song.
Whereas I've been there, I've done it. I'm like, well, poop on it. So I don't need reminders of how painful things are.
Right.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Well, this week's appearance is along the lines of, like, I was sad all week, and I'm like, I need something to kind of bring my mood up after listening to this song so many times. So this week's appearance is going to be Ed Robertson on The Casting Room. It's a really great little short clip, and it's actually really funny, and it kind of put me back in a good mood to kind of listen to next week's song. And Jeff, do you have any guesses about what next week's song is?
Who let the dogs out?
Woof, 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 woof.
Is it Barbie Girl?
Can we go with the Barenaked Ladies song?
I'm sorry. If I Had $1 Million. Are we still?
We've already covered that one.
Those in the know don't throw.
We're in the end.
We're on drugs.
You know what? Never mind, Jeff. You can always get it right next time.
Okay.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got it now. I was way off on Aqua on the Barbie Girl one.
That's way off. That's just a bit outside.
That's when we do the Aqua ABCs next.
That's right.
You don't tell me someone's doing an Aqua ABCs, because I won't buy it. Nobody's doing an Aqua ABCs.
Well, you don't pay for podcasts usually. You don't have to buy it.
True. Who didn't sponsor us this time?
I think that would be the Aqua ABCs.
Thompson's Funeral Home?
Tell us more about Thompson's Funeral Home.
Thompson's Mortuary. You stab them, we slap them.
What is it in I love this movie, was it not Days of Thunder? That's the wrong one.
Wow, that's the racing.
I mean, this song is coming out just after Day of the Dead, but
what's the Will Ferrell version?
Oh,
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. Yeah.
Talladega Nights, where he's like, "We'll give you the box and." Oh yeah.
Well, come back next week and join us as we discuss next time. And thank you all for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hopefully,
You're welcome. What
You're
can
welcome.
I say except you're welcome? 'Cause I'm just awesome inside. I make you happy, Tracy, you know it. And you're so happy that you brought me along. You're welcome. Yeah, see?
You realize that's going in on the coda, right?
Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.
Snip it. Snip it good. Give that snip a crack.
To celebrate joining Pantheon Podcasts, Rock Camp, the podcast, the official podcast of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, is giving away a guitar signed by Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Marty Friedman, formerly of Megadeth, and legendary shredder Zakk Wylde, plus our rockstar counselors like Vinny Appice, Monty Pittman, and more. To enter to win, simply follow, rate, and review our podcast on your preferred platform, and that's all you have to do. For more information, go to rockcamp.com/podcast.